Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Vince. If today is the very first time you're seeing my face, please do what subscribe to my channel. Turn on the notification bell to get notified whenever I upload a new video. So guys, in today's tutorial, I'll be teaching you the 5 essential tools that you need as a beginner to start your sewing journey. You might be confused as a beginner, or you might be saying, I want to actually venture into fashion and design, but I do not know the right tools that I need to start up this. You need not to worry. This video is definitely for you. The first tool that you need is a sewing machine. So we have different types of sewing machines. We have the electric sewing machine, which is the industrial or the tabletop, and then we have the manual sewing machines. What are sewing machine, or what is a sewing machine? A sewing machine is a machine that you use to sew your fabric together. That means after you finish cutting your fabric, then you use that machine to sew your clothes. A sewing machine is actually very important because it will enable you to do the things that you need to do. Maybe after your training or after work, you just go home, practice. You understand? Because there's this saying that practice makes perfect. If you consider getting a sewing machine, you have to do a survey. This survey is just basically about your environment. Where you stay, do you usually have constant light, or you do not have constant light? Now, it will not give you, it will not help you to decide if you're going to buy an industrial sewing machine or the manual sewing machine. If you're in an environment where you do not have constant light, I would advise that you go for the manual. But if you are in an environment that you usually have light, then industrial will be fine. Getting a sewing machine for me is one of the most important things that you need as a beginner, because there are times that you want to do something for yourself, like make a dress for yourself. If you do not have the sewing machine, you'll be limited. So it's preferable that you have it, because constant practicing constant practicing a thing will actually make you perfect. So if you have a sewing machine, you can actually work at the comfort of your room. So, guys, the next tool that you need is a tape measure. What is a tape measure? A tape measure is a tape rule. You can actually call it a tape rule. It's what you use to measure your client or yourself, is what you use to draft. You cannot draft without a tape measure. So basically, getting an accurate tape measure is actually good, because and knowing how to take an accurate measurement is what is going to up your game. Like now, if you check a tape rule or a tape measure, you realize that they have a part that it has each inches, and while the other part is cm. But in Nigeria here, we make use of inches, while in other countries they make use of cm. You need to learn it. 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4. So all those things, 1 inch, you need to learn them, because they are parts of your they are part of what is going to make your work more effective. So it's important for you to get a good tape measure. And again, it's not all about getting a tape measure. You need to learn how to use it. You can actually make a very beautiful dress, but because you did not take your client's measurement very well, you might ruin that dress. The client will not understand if the dress was beautiful or if it was not beautiful, as long as that dress did not fit her or is not her size. She's not going to pick that dress from you. She will condemn it. In fact, she will say you spoiled her dress. So it's very important as a beginner to know how to take your measurements properly. I feel like, in fact, in tailoring or in fashion, measuring or measurement is like one of the most important thing ever. You can be creative, yes, you can know how to sew, yes, but if you do not know how to take proper measurements, then that is where the failure starts. So it's very important that you not only have a tape measure, you also know how to take your measurement correctly. So the third tool that we need, guys, is your scissors. Invest in good scissors. I can't emphasize this enough. Invest in good scissors, because scissors can actually, if you have a bad scissors, it can actually ruin your dress. It can even ruin your hand. Yes, I've seen cases where blunt scissors, you will see some kind of knuckles on the person's hand, or it will just give you a kind of scratch. So it's very important to invest in a good pair of scissors. There are different types of scissors. I think they have paper scissors and fabric scissors. Do not use fabric scissors for paper scissors. Do not use paper scissors for fabric scissors. These scissors have their own work that they do. If you use a fabric scissors for a paper, you're going to make that fabric scissors to be blunt. Likewise, if you use a paper scissors for it can't even cut. So it's very important that you invest on a good scissors. Subscribe to my channel, like, share, leave a comment if you have any question that you want to ask me. So the fourth tool that you need, guys, this tool is actually very important. This tool that I want to mention now can save you a lot of time. A lot of time, believe me. And what's this tool? It's pin. As tiny as it is, it can save you time. The time that you use to start losing a dress all over, it will save you that time. What are pins? Pin is a tool that you use to hold your fabric together before sewing. There are some cases that I cannot make a dress without pinning them down. You see, sometimes when we are working with maybe necklines and the rest, you need pins, because sometimes when you cut the lining, for instance, you're working with a lining fabric, you cut the lining, you will notice that if you do not pin it down, the lining will be either shorter than the fabric, or the lining will be longer than the fabric. That's how it happens sometimes when you do not work with pins. And again, maybe you want to venture into draping. As a draper, you need a lot of pins. So pins are like, they are very important. As little as it looks, it's very important. It's going to help you a lot. So guys, I will prefer you as a beginner to learn how to work with your pins at every given time. Whatever you're doing, make sure that you have pins by your side. You are pinning one thing down. You want to fix your zip, you can pin it down. It will just, pins just makes your work to be very neat. Really, aside that, you'll be sewing, it gives you this guideline, it gives you this guide, rather, it gives you this guide to work with. That's what pins do. They guide you properly, step by step. You are arranging them step by step. You're making your dresses, and it's coming out so neat and so well. So guys, invest in pins. So the last on this list is your seam ripper. Every tailor makes mistake. Every tailor makes mistake. So now the thing is, after making the mistake, what do you use to undo it? You need a seam ripper. What a seam ripper? A seam ripper is a tool that you use to undo your stitches after making a mistake. After sewing, some people would like to use razor to actually lose their dresses, but razors can damage your fabric. Razors can damage your clothes. So it's preferable that you use a seam ripper. Seam ripper will enable you to lose a dress without damaging your fabric, compared to razor. Me personally, I prefer using a seam ripper than using a razor. I have had cases where I used razor to actually lose my dresses. I knew what I went through in trying to fix that dress. It wasn't easy. But you see, seam ripper is very safe. In fact, it's the safest tool that you can use to undo your stitches when you make mistakes. It's the safest tool you can use to lose your dress. So I would love you to invest on Seam Reaper. So guys, these are the tools that you need to start up your sewing games with confidence, with your full chest. And at the end of the day, you're going to enjoy your journey as a designer or as a draper or whatever. If you buy these tools, if you get these tools, you're not going to regret ever venturing into fashion and design. Okay, guys, these are the 5 essential tools that you need to start up your sewing journey with confidence. Hope this tutorial was helpful, guys. If it was, do well to subscribe to my channel, like, share, leave a comment in the comment section below, and I'll be right there in the comment section to reply all of your messages or all of your questions, and I will see you in my next tutorial. Bye.